y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live, honey. Cooling with the crew. Queen Lady T, Sharice, Kareem the Trucker. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Can y'all hear me? It's been a hell of a day, y'all. I've been trying to get up here. However, it's been a lot going on. Hey, Miss Lori Prince. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a lot going on. And so, yeah, I have I was dealing with some things with my family, and so I kind of kept as y'all noticed I kept pushing the live back. QB was on, so I was kind of half listening at that and handling stuff with my family. So it gave me a little bit more time to kind of process, and it's a lot going on. So I was doing that. So this is all kind of ironic, right? So because I was going to do a stream today about mental health awareness and addiction and trauma and just those type of things, just in general, just mainly because of the stuff that's been going on in the sector that a lot of us watch uh with people. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Demetra Lit All Day. I've been peeping in on her channel and I see that she is taking steps towards sobriety. I wish her all the best and Godspeed. Then you have the thing with misunderstood, and then you have different people. I've come across different people that have different levels of sobriety. So now it's a different thing going on out here, right? So but I've been watching just like y'all been watching, but I wanted to come at a different perspective. Y'all know how I do. So but so it's just kind of ironic that this happened. So today I was at work. I wasn't going to work all day. So I started off as a good day. I'm gonna go in here and do. I'm gonna be there a couple hours. That'll be that. Then I was thinking of ideas that I wanted to do for the stream. And so when I got to work though this morning, I got a phone call about my beloved brother. Not only my brother, but also my friend. And he unfortunately had has passed away. He was found in his home today. They think he had been there for about at least a day and a half, right? The last time I talked to him was on Sunday. And he's always fun loving, but he suffered from alcoholism. He is an army veteran, was an army veteran, and he suffered from PTSD from his time in the service, right? And he was always a fun loving guy and used to be just the most responsible, outgoing, fun loving person you could ever meet. However, he had his struggles. I mean, and our family knew that, and it almost got the last 2 years he struggled a little bit more. It got a little worse in terms of him, like, I don't know, it just kind of accelerated, and he would, drink until he passed out and uh fall asleep on the porch, stuff like that. And but I love my brother nonetheless, and we were really, really close. And it's just really heart wrenching. I'm really sad for my parents, uh, my dad especially, because my dad is currently going through his own health issues, as you probably already know from before. I've told you guys, and this was his baby son, and so he's taking it, really hard. And I mean, I'm just dead. Like, I just cannot believe, y'all. I'm kind of in shell shock. It's kind of surreal because, like I said, I was planning on doing a stream and we're talking about addiction, and I'm on the outside looking at all of these other situations on YouTube, and then when it knocks on your door, it's crazy. So this, the long and short of it is that he was found in his home. He had been there about a day and a half. It was very hot. It was not a pretty scene. Um, because it's been very hot the last few days, and but there is no foul play suspected. That is the preliminary. results from the coroner. So this literally was like 9 o'clock this morning. So everything's all fresh and new. Thank you guys for all your well wishes. Hey, grown folks. Thank you. Hey, Mama Cynthia, Miss Felicia, adore me. Yes. So, yeah, y'all, I'm just like, man. And so I just wanted to take this time just to speak out about how and reiterate how important it is to address mental health, and that we need to make way in these spaces for conversations about mental health and addiction, um, because addiction, a lot of that stems from mental health issues. And so, like I said, whereas we were all aware of my brother's addiction and his struggles, and we wished him the best and we helped him when we could, and all of those things, still, unfortunately, because he was not strong enough, and he ran out of time. So this is just a pure a upfront example for me of, no matter how bad you want it for someone, or everybody else around them wants it for themselves, I mean, wants it for that person, unless they want it for themselves, you can actually meet uh a terrible end, a premature end is what I call it. Because my brother, he's younger than me, early 40s. He wasn't an old man. I feel like he had a lot of living left to do. And I always, kept in my heart and prayed that he would be able to overcome those things, overcome his demons. But he lost that battle today. Well, officially he was pronounced today, but we're suspecting that it was yesterday, at least a day or so. The last time I talked to him was Sunday. And it was so funny because, honey, he cussed me out. Oh man. I cussed his ass out too. That's how we do. But um yeah, y'all. So I'm just saying, this sobriety thing is nothing to play with. It's serious. Like, and it's affecting real lives. It has real consequences. And there are families on the other end. When you see people with addictions, that there are families, there are people that love them. But sometimes our hands are tied, right? We can only do what we can do. Hey, Steph, thank you, babe. And I'm just really, y'all, I'm just kind of in a bubble. I'm kind of shocked. It was kind of surreal from this morning when I found out. And then, I kind of laughed. That's why whenever I was on, taking care of things with my family on the phone on one end, we all having like semi conference calls trying to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? And I kind of kikied a little bit over at QB's. That was, slight entertainment, but for real, I'm really bummed for real, y'all. And I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, we say this and we will say, well, you're not gonna be satisfied until you fall down and bump, because sometimes, especially lately, his equilibrium was off because of the drinking, right? So we would, and my family is really, 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 really close. We always are with each other. There's never, and I don't even live, I travel to go see my family often. Like every month, I'm home with my parents and my family. So, like, it's nothing for us to have a get together over somebody's house spontaneously. It's all the time. My father is very close to his siblings, like every Sunday type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, they're at each other's house hanging out. So it's like, but so anyway, I said all that to say I would see him often, but here lately we noticed that his equilibrium was off. He would get to drinking and then he would be unsteady, falling and stuff. And one time he fell and blacked his eye a few weeks ago. And we're all like, man, you ain't gonna be satisfied till you fall and knock yourself out over there. And what you gonna do? Fall over dead? I mean, these are all things that we would say and joking, but I mean, I guess I guess knowing it's a possibility because we're saying, but just not just having to face this reality is just so much different, I guess is what I'm saying. And it's just so hurtful and so painful because it's the worst type of thing to know that you lost your loved one and they lost their life and it could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. You know, he didn't have to go this young, but he he just couldn't stop. He just couldn't stop. So I guess I get to see kind of what it feels like on that end. You know, when people are saying, when we look at these situations and we look at people that may be battling with substance abuse, and you're like, well, where is their family? Or how is the family going to feel? Or what? Well, this is kind of the family, right? This is kind of the family. And yeah, I don't know. I just could never imagine. I just could not imagine. And I'm just praying really hard for my dad because this is hard on him and he's already um oh Lord Jesus. I hope not too, December baby. If they honey, these hey Miss Vicky, these demons, child, my brother is gone on to a better place. There's nothing they can say. His troubles are over. You know what I mean? My brother suffered a lot in this life. And it's sad. It's sad. He was in pain and he's not in pain anymore. As sad as it is, but I watched him and I know he was in pain. He had a lot of issues. Okay. And that's why he would drink to mask that. So I mean, at this, there's really nothing anybody can say. I mean, they can say whatever they want to say, but at the end of the day, it's nothing that's worse than this reality. I guess is what I'm saying. Like it's done. Ain't nothing they can take away from me. It's already gone. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, and yeah, I get when I just think about it, his reality, and I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So we look at it, and I just you know I'm glad that he's at peace now. I'm sad for our family. I'm sad for his children, and I'm sad for anybody else who has to go through this. I'm sad for people battling addiction that's trapped in that cycle because I know that can be a dark place as well. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was a vicious, ugly cycle. It wasn't pretty, y'all. I'm not coming up here trying to put on airs and say, well, my brother's gone, but it was all his like it was all rosy. No, he battled addiction and mental health trauma, PTSD. So he fought every day. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get me. Hold on, I had to get some tissue. My nose. Got me in my feet up here a little bit. I'm not gonna cry, y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm light skinned. I'm too light skinned to cry. So I'm not gonna cry out loud. However, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me blow my little nose. Hello, V Lenore. Hey, my beautiful V Lenore. I don't know if I spoke to you already. Shell Love says, my baby brother suffers with substance abuse and has for many years. I'm the oldest child and we tried everything. All we can do is put it in God's hand and pray. Amen. Yes, that's all you can do. And when that day comes, you just have to be ready. Hope, you gotta hope for the best. But at the end of the day, the sad reality of it is that, so addiction, my point is, addiction is, this is nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with, and it's not just the kiki, right? And I know that we look at situations on the outside standing in, it's like, oh, and we think it's mess and it's juicy and the details of it, how it's, but the sad reality of it is like, this shit is real. It's real. And the the other sad reality of it is that a lot of times the end result is death, and it's ugly. It's not nothing to cry. I mean, it's not nothing to laugh at. It's ugly. I chat with who I want. Hello, Glenn, Miss Coupon. Your topic is amazing. We must remember that using drugs is a way to escape. It masks the real problems. Thank you. Yes. Exactly. And that's my point. And that's why we have to be careful and remember that mental health is the underlying issue to most addiction. Okay. And so there's trauma, there's untreated trauma. It's a lot of things, anxiety, depression, that goes into that. And we have to be careful. Those of us who, I mean, because everybody has their issues, right? But if that's not one of your issues and you're stronger in that area than someone else, then we have to be careful not to play into those type of things, making the situation worse. Um, oh, thank you. Is it anti-Ado Sky? Thank you for the super chat, darling. I appreciate your condolences. Yeah, it is painful, Mogi. It's like, um, and it's nothing funny or amusing about it. That's right, V. Yeah, the crime rules changed whenever Villanova brought her light skinned tail out here and cried on camera, honey. That spooked it up for everybody. All us light skinned chicks. We better not. And then it's so sad that you can't even come up here on your platform. You like, uh, you know, worried about what people. I mean, I'm not worried about what people gonna say, but that people would even think to take something like that and try to exploit it or make fun of it is just insane. Because guess what? The sad reality of the situation is we all got things going in. Um, we all got things going on. We all have things in our family, in our families, in our lives. Ain't nothing, none of this shit perfect. You know what I'm saying? And we are only like one or two things removed from someone else's reality. So we all blessed. You are right. We have to be careful. We all have issues. The bar is how much, if any, do they disrupt your daily living? Right. Yes. Addiction is a beast of a different nature, and it's hard on the family members also. Eleanor says she's the game changer. It absolutely is. It's hard on the family, and then you leave the family. I mean, they leave you. The family's left with the aftermath. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Um, First of all, just keep me and my family in y'all prayers. Those of y'all that pray, that know the word of prayer, hold us up while we go through this. And yeah, but let's be mindful while we're gagging, while we're getting the tea, while we're um giving commentary. You understand? And while we're doing all these things, when we're dealing with these sensitive issues, let's just keep in mind that real life things do happen. And whereas it may be funny and a kiki in the moment, the sad reality of the situation is that it's not funny. It's an ugly reality, and the end result sometimes is death. It just is. Kareem says, I lost my auntie to drug addiction. She was in a coma for a while and she cried when she heard my voice. I will never forget that. Amen, Kareem. Yes. And you know what? I think about it and I'm like, my brother, oh God. And he was alone. And uh, I just don't know. My dad's like, I wonder what happened. You know, did his heart give out? And ultimately, it was due to his addiction. There natural causes. He otherwise, healthy 42-year-old man. Like, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't sick. He didn't have cancer. And in the manner he was laying, they think either he had some type of sudden, maybe it's something happened, or that he stumbled and hit his head and couldn't get up, knocked himself out, and then ultimately passed away. That's the preliminary. As I said, no foul play. Uh, they're thinking it's that from toxicology reports that he was definitely intoxicated at levels that you know, kind of, I don't know, y'all. That's what they said. Didn't nobody, so listen, I don't know. I know I just seen my brother the weekend before last weekend, and he was being his natural self. We was out on the patio at my auntie's house, and where my dad goes every Sunday, and a bunch of family around, and he's doing his natural thing, and then before long, after a few hours, he's doing his thing. He done got saucy, y'all, and everybody's like, "Oh boy, go sit down." And he's yapping, he's talking his shit, and I scooped his tail up. I said, "Up, that's our sign. It's time for you to go." Took him on to the house. I said, "Boy, you need to stop this now. You know you need to cut this shit out." Oh, sis, I love you. I'm just being me. I don't, So it's the progression through the day. So he would start out, wake up in the morning, fine, and then, slowly by the end of the day, that just became the way it was after a period of time. Because and when he did try to get sober, and he tried, um, it would be just the anxiety what he described, with the things that would go through his head, and the feelings that he was having, the depression and things. It's just also very scary, but it was also very real for him. So, as his sister, I loved him and I only wanted what's best for him. I hated when he was in pain. So as family, you're kind of like, you're kind of like, you need to go get help. And I want, you need to stop doing this and then, but you can't leave him. You know what I'm saying? It's just really weird, you guys. So I just wanted to hop up here and share that with you guys, just kind of vent it out, because I feel like my head is in a bubble, sort of. And when they first happen, they're happening so fast, and it's like, oh yeah, he's out of pain now, no more suffering. It's unfortunate that, you know I feel like he was such a young man, but at the end of the day, um we have to move forward. And that's going to be my saving grace. I'm going to take the memories that I had with him, the good times, the things that he did pour into my life, and I'm going to hang my hat on the fact that he's not hurting anymore, because I know that my brother suffered a lot in this life. It wasn't easy for him to live in this life, um, especially the last couple years, because of trauma, untreated trauma, and a lot of that, and this thing. It's a rabbit hole, y'all, because I'm telling you, my brother served a lot of years in the military. He served this country. He was in Afghanistan. And when he came back, he was traumatized. He was traumatized. Yes. Yep, the pain is over. That's what you are supposed to do. Take the good and leave everything else. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm gonna take the good and leave everything else. I can't. I don't know. It's just weird. It's surreal. It's like, dang. And I was just gonna call myself coming up here not to speak necessarily on someone else's situation, because y'all know I don't. I mean, I'm not getting in that whole thing with misunderstood. I'm not gonna put my mouth on her or cause her any harm. I feel like her situation is already what it is, and me piling on wouldn't do no good. I don't really, and that ain't my thing. But because that was what a lot of people had been talking about, I was like, well, that's a good time to segue, for us to just, for me at least, to just highlight, mental health and addiction and how serious that really is. And never knowing that today, I would get that call and that it would actually be me, that I would have, uh, that I would be the family, or that it would affect my family so up close and personal. When, because I honestly, y'all, I thought, hey Hassan, condolences made. The family rest in peace. Thank you. Kareem says, I'm so sorry, Miss Coupon. My heart goes out to you and your family. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I mean, we just have to, it just, I don't know, y'all. It just is what it is. I thank you guys for just listening to me kind of spew. I just needed this time just to talk it through a little bit with my people. And I'm not gonna stay on here long because I need to call my sister back. And but yeah, this thing is real. And I listen, not even in this, see, listen, now, and with this, it makes me even more like with the whole misunderstood thing. It's even more scarier for me. I think I'm absolutely not going to watch any more of that. I'm over that. I'm not doing it. What, trying to figure out, because I don't think it's amusing. It's not funny. It never was really funny to me, right? But even for entertainment purposes, or even for any of that, I don't want to be involved with any of that. I think someone else's struggles, addiction, it should not be made into fodder or entertainment. It ain't nothing entertainment about it. When you lose the battle, it may be kiki keys and funny now, but when someone passes away or they die or something serious happen, it's not funny. So I do not want to, I will not be participating in that at all. Not at all. I'm not interested. The little bit that I was interested, because I thought I like Miss and it's nothing personal against Misunderstood. I like her. I wish her the best. And when I say I like her, I just mean like she's never done nothing to me. I've seen her. You know what I mean? Yes, she has her problems, but a lot of people have problems. I won't demonize her for that. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna contribute to that shit show. It's not funny. It's not funny to me. There is no about amount of clicks and views that will make it worth it for me. Not standing in the shoes I'm standing in on today. There just is none. I can't even justify it, y'all. Talk as much as you need. We are here, even if you need to come back on all night. We're here. Well, thank y'all. Yeah, I'll probably hop on, and just to kind of as my thought, because I want to stay out of my head, and I'd rather talk it out. So through this process, y'all just bear with me. If I'm in and out, hopping, doing short videos, I probably will come on and talk to y'all. Um, you know, just to get out of my head with it. Because like I said, y'all, and I mean this, I not only lost my brother, I lost a friend. He is my friend, my confidant, my roadie, my motherfucker. That's who that was to me, for me. So, um, you know, this shit is real. It's not for play. It's not for play. So, like I said, I wish everybody that's going through their struggles, I wish everybody that has family members that might be battling addiction or any type of mental health issues, because the actual suicide rate is up now as well, as we can see. So there's a lot of mental health um, untreated mental health issues, and people are suffering. It's a lot of pain. I just, my heart goes out to everybody who's going through something right now, period. Whether it's your family, a friend, whether it's you, right? This internet makes it real hard to to be sometimes, depending on what you got going on, right? So I think I just want to encourage everybody, listen, this is not, whereas like I feel like I have a platform. I come and talk to you guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like to hear me talk. I like to hear what y'all gotta say. We bounce shit off of each other. But as far as a place of healing and a place that you should really like, it this is not a hospital for broken people, right? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This is not um this is not social media is not the place for that. A lot of people come up here and they, it's not the place for broken people. I just feel like broken people, even strong people, you know what I'm saying? It can be very dangerous. And I think we just need to be more careful. But even I want to challenge you guys to do this. And I'm going to challenge myself as well, right? When we see things like that we think are out of control or out of a train wreck, or like when we see if we see a situation like the misunderstood, I'm going to challenge myself not to engage, right? Because if we claim that we are the ones don't have, now nobody's perfect, so I'm not saying that we are better or because we don't have an addiction. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but you have a clearer mind, right? Because we know that mental health and substance abuse affects the mind. So if we are standing on this side and we're saying that we are of clear mind, right? And the problems that they have, we don't have those problems, and we can think more clearly, and we can think clear enough to offer any type of advice. Thank you, Champagne Honey. Um, then we should be clear minded enough. So then I feel like the responsibility then kicks on you if you get involved in some of that, because you are the one who has the strength, the fortitude, and the logic to know better. Right. So that's where I'm not going to engage, because I feel like whereas I do have my own set of problems and all that, I'm not addicted to any substance. I'm not battling addiction. So, and I also am not suffering from, no psychotic mental health problems or anything like that. So I feel like it's my responsibility to know better and to know when to pump the brakes and to know when not to feed something. So as long as you keep feeding something, fanning the flames, then the flames are going to get out of control. So it's the sober minded people. If you're watching the craziness, then it's the people that claim they're not crazy that sometimes fuel a lot of the craziness. Because if you ignore it, it will go away. Find something else to do. Because it's not meeting its goal. But as long as you keep throwing that attention at it. So I'm like, I had to look myself in the mirror and say, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because you're definitely not helping the situation, so to speak. If you understand what I'm saying. Then hey, December baby. Thank you, Antonio. Coop, how are your parents? Yeah, listen, my dad, just keep him in your prayers, y'all. My dad's going through it. Y'all know my dad is going through chemo. He has cancer, and so his strength is weak right now. He's at a real vulnerable place, and that was his baby son, and he's feeling a ways, but we'll get through it. My dad's strong. But we've never lost a sibling. Like all my siblings are living. My parents have never lost a child. I have all my brothers and sisters, so this is kind of foreign territory for us. So yeah, it's gonna be different, and it's definitely hurt and it's painful, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. He has a set of twins. They're 19 years old, a daughter and a son. So then we have that to deal with because he's had them since they were 10 years old. He raised them since they were 10. 10 years old in his home. He was the custodial parent. And so, and they were still living with him. They were out of town over the weekend. Their mom lives in Indiana. They're 19 years old now, though. It's a boy and a girl. So, yeah, I am. I'm trying to spend as much time with my dad as I can. Um, yeah, it was just like he was so when I got the call, right? I immediately got off the phone and called my dad. They had already called him because my brother wasn't no longer married or anything. So my dad was listed as his next of kin. So they had called him, and he was so weak and defeated. I could hear it in his mind. He sent my son and my other sister down to my brother's house because, mind you, I'm in a different city than them right now. But I will be going. I will be going home soon to be with my family in person. But my son works down there, and the rest of my family does too. Big old family. Um, he couldn't even. He said he didn't have the strength. That he couldn't go. He was just in tears, and he said, I don't have the strength to go. He was nauseous from chemo, and his heart was heavy. He just said he couldn't go down there to the house. Um, no, because that's where they found him at. So my dad's at home still, and he still hasn't went down there. He hasn't left the house today. Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. Ah, who would have thought? Dang, yesterday, y'all, 24 hours ago, what was I doing? We was watching V Lenore's interview, y'all. We was watching V Lenore's interview last night. Y'all remember that? And I was feeling all good, laying in the bed. I was like, oh, I don't have to do a whole day at work tomorrow. That was my biggest issue. Was I was so happy that I was going to work and I was going to get off. I was only going to do a half a day, right? And this, that, and the third. And that was the least of my problems. And V Lenore was like, go live. And I'm like, I'm sleepy, girl. Oh, I got such peaceful sleep last night. But listen, and I think I might have mentioned this to V Lenore. My eye been twitching, y'all. Y'all know how that is. In my y'all know how us black folks are, honey. We believe in science, child. We believe in science. My eye been jumping. So it was making me feel a little off for the last few days. I didn't know. I just kind my intuition kind of tells me sometime. And I was like, what in the world? But I kept double checking behind myself, like, well, it ain't that. I didn't know exactly what it was. You say, I'll chat with who I want says he shouldn't go down there either. And poking at you. How long was he battling his addiction? He was battling his for about 10 years once he came home from the service. Girl, it was the left eye. We literally have to take life minute by minute. Yes, it was my left eye, Shell Love. It was jumping. I'm telling you. And see, when stuff like that happen, I get little signs, and I always be like, "Oh, something gonna happen." And my daughter said that she was feeling a little eerie too. Now, mind you, we said this stuff after the fact, but she has a keen intuition just like I do. But y'all, for the last few days, everything has been so peaceful. I could not place why my eye was jumping or why when it jumped I got this feeling. It was a caution. It was like, I don't know, y'all. I'm sure y'all felt it. I can't really describe it, but it's like that feeling. And but I just did not know where it was coming from. And I couldn't put my hand on it because everything for me was good. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm like, like this is good, that's good. So it's just a matter, they say it's gonna be bad news. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Shell. It wasn't good news that I was jumping. I was thinking the same thing, but I never would have thought this. I didn't know what it was, but I just had that feeling. But at the same time, I had it was really weird because I had a feeling of peace, right? Y'all, I slept like a baby last night. I was listening to Villanore's interview, y'all. I was propped up, honey. I did a little moderating but I was half asleep, so I really didn't want to touch her chat, y'all, because y'all know how I am blocking everybody. So I was like, oh shoot. But I didn't want to fall asleep on the thing and my arm go to accidentally block the whole dang on chat. That interview was popping. So I laid down just the most peaceful night, and now I have a troubled and broken heart today. What a difference a few hours will make, right? I gotta find my yes, Petty Blue. My title is real. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't do clickbait. I would never do nothing like that. That's a terrible thing to say if it ain't real. And I hate to have to even made that title, but it's the truth. Yes, my brother was found today deceased in his home. My baby brother. Yeah, that interview was everything, wasn't it? December baby says, Lord have mercy, heart, and strengthen her father right now. Also her mother. Just wrap your arms around them, Lord, and comfort them in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. 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 I accept it. So yeah, y'all. There's a real life, there's real life consequences behind addiction and these things that people are making live streams about, and this, that, and the third. This shit can get real. And then you leave and you have the families behind left behind. The families are left behind, and we did everything that we could. But if a person's not ready, what do you do? Do you stop loving your family member? See, and that's why I said that I won't be involved with any of the any of the exploiting of anybody up here, because I know, it's all too real. It's all too real, and it's not funny. Even if that person doesn't have enough sense to realize that this isn't the proper platform and that the things that they're doing are not appropriate, we should have enough sense to know and not engage. So I'ma just leave it at that, y'all. And listen, am I coming from a place of bias on today? I absolutely am, and I can say that, and I don't have a problem with it, because we are what our experiences are what make us up. And unfortunately, I've had an experience now that I'm learning different from. And now I feel, I mean, I would never was into the exploiting anyway. But what I'm saying is I'm making a definitive statement today and standing with, where stating what I'm saying purely because of the experience that I just had in my own life. So it's absolutely biased, but it's a cautionary tale as well. You know what I mean? And let me also tell y'all this. Don't look at people and make assumptions. You know what I mean? Oh, that their family doesn't care, or they don't have family, or think that you guys, that we need to go out of our way to intervene in somebody else's life. Somebody, especially somebody you don't know. We people on the internet, and people do have family. Like my brother had a family that loved him. There was nothing that nobody on the internet or could have done that we have not already tried to do and done over and over and over and over again. Nobody loved him more than we did. So yeah, it's not our place. I'm gonna say that. And to each, I wish everybody the best, but this ain't the proper platform for things like that. you know it's just crazy, y'all. But anyway, y'all, keep me, I'm gonna call my sister back. She's called me. Oh God, y'all. I don't want to call nobody back. I don't want to talk about it no more. Listen, not in that capacity. Not like I've been on the phone with them all day. Like it's so much shit to this. I don't, I don't know. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. 'Cause listen, my brother, it's my baby brother. He's been like a little annoying baby brother my whole life, right? We are 3 years apart. And this boy had a way of annoying the shit out of me, but I know he loved me. Like we had a back and forth that was crazy. And he called me all the time. But let me tell y'all what he would do that drove me nuts, right? He has my phone number, okay? But he would call me on FaceTime all the blipping time, right? And I would always tell him, why? You know I'm at work or something. Why the hell are you calling me on FaceTime? I don't want to be you looking me all in my face all the goddamn time. And he would be like, oh, sis, shut the hell up and turn that camera on. I want to see your pretty face. I want to see your eyes, you know what I'm saying? How I because he says my facial expression, he can tell, because he be like, you ain't even listening to me. So he don't want you to be distracted or making no faces behind his back, honey. So FaceTime, whenever FaceTime came out, that was the best thing for him. So he actually just calls everybody, try to call everybody on FaceTime. Child, I would die laughing. Cause he know we all he's like, I ain't listening to me or whatever. He wants you to be all in on what he's saying. But I'm trying to tell him, honey, I can't be on FaceTime and I'm at work and stuff. You calling at the craziest times and I'm at work. But he want to see my face. So I talked to him on Sunday morning, but I was at work. He called me on FaceTime. And I said, the first time I didn't answer. The second time I answered, but I wouldn't turn the camera on. Cause like when they call you on Messenger, um, you can hit that little thing, I think, and turn the camera off, right? And I wouldn't turn the camera on, honey, and he was going off. He was like, "What are you doing?" So he was trying to get me to turn the camera on, honey. He cussed me out. I ended up cussing him out, and I said, "I'm gonna call you back," and got off the phone with him. Y'all, that was it. That was the last time I talked to my brother, and I would not turn the camera on for him. Imagine that. The damn camera. I kept the camera off. I feel so bad now. Y'all like, oh man, damn. You never know when that was the last time. Who would have thought? Who would have known that that was going to be the last time that I was going to be able to look him in his face? Oh shit. Anyway, okay, listen. I'm not about to get in my head like that. That's the type of stuff I've been thinking about all day, y'all. And I can't. I'm not. I know better, right? I do know better, but in matters of the heart and when it's someone you love, it's hard. It's hard to not go. So y'all just pray for me. Keep me lifted up. Play my mind, don't play tricks on me and shit. And oh my god. I love y'all, Cherie. Really? The machine? Oh God. I expected that to come from Vita Nord. Vita Nord done tainted all of y'all. V, look what you done did to my chat. Girl, you got them all. She said, because the damn machine might come on. Exactly, shit, Sharice. That's what I told him. I can't. I had shit going on in the background, child. Yeah, so crazy. Oh, anyway, but I could still hear him on the phone fussing at me because he wanted that damn camera on. Yes. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to call my sister back and blah, blah. I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I have to eat. Shit just started coming so fast today. I just can't. I just got got stopped in my tracks, and it was like I kind of stuck on stupid all day for real. Um, but I got to get it together. I got to get it together, and then I have to prepare. I need because we're trying to figure out how things are going to go because I need to know um what because I have work. I have a work schedule, so I need to tell take see what time I'm gonna need to get off work and make sure that my that they can handle everything unless if I need to come down there earlier. Well, I don't know just yet, y'all. It's all so fresh. So, but if I have insomnia tonight, which I have a sneaky suspicion that I will, I found the melatonin. So I'm gonna take this melatonin. But you did speak to him. You have not answered and said you will call him later. Yeah, I do gotta remember to eat. Remind the others to eat. Yes. I found that, yeah, I don't went all day. I need to eat now. I'm gonna eat. Right. I didn't pick it up and tell him I'll call him later. I just wouldn't turn the camera on. Um, yeah. I got my melatonin out, y'all. So I'm gonna talk to my sister. I'm gonna try to get a shower. I'm gonna eat or something in one of those orders. I'm gonna take this melatonin and I'm gonna try to lay down. But if the melatonin don't work and y'all see me come back on live, no judgment, okay? We ain't gonna judge each other. All right. We just gonna go with it. So I can't promise you guys that I won't come back on live, but I don't plan on it. All right. Okay. Thank you. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey babe, I'm right on time. I'm about to end it live now. No, I was getting off anyway. I'm gonna eat. I need to eat. Okay, y'all. Hey, Onyx. Good night, y'all. Good night, Antonio. Thank you, Lori. Bye.